The 2012 Olympic Games is reaching a spectacular finale in London this morning.
These are live pictures for you coming from outside Olympic Stadium, where the closing ceremony is now underway. Thousands of people also gathered in London's Hyde Park to mark the end of the Olympics. London Games have already received widespread praise, sure to continue in the closing speeches today as the athletes are farewell. Joining us now for the latest, Sky News sports reporter Paul Gregg. This is quite a party, isn't it, Paul?
Morning to you both. Good morning, everyone. It certainly is. Some groups already been on. Madness, Pet Shop Boys, some that we know. Then some group of rookies called One Direction. Don't know anything about them. The Spice Girls to come a little bit later.
I know you're waiting for them.
Not the Beckham I was waiting to see at these Olympics, let me tell you. But nonetheless, it is a big party. And there's plenty happening in the town of London. Let's bring in our Olympic reporter, Luke Doherty. Luke, this party, well, it could go for days. They've done a great job hosting these games.
Yeah, they have done indeed, Greggy. Everything has just worked for them. And there's been so much scepticism before these games. Would the transport system work? Would Londoners take to the events? Would the London people get out of the city, or would they stay and cheer on some of the events that are away from the Olympic Park? And just today, walking past the marathon near our studios in Westminster, it was 5 deep along the side of the road for a marathon. And some of these people would have just rocked up just to get a taste of the games. They wouldn't have known who was running by, but anyone who did run by got an almighty cheer, and that was reflected in the Olympic Stadium during the games as well. I've never seen 80,000 people so enthused to see discus and javelin and shot put. They have really taken a shining to these games, and they're celebrating the fact that they also finished third on the medal tally, an amazing 29 gold. And it's always great when the host city does well, because the vibe around the city is so much better for them. A vibe for the Aussies after these games, a little bit on the serious side, only 7 gold. We haven't had that least amount of gold since Barcelona in 1992. And the AOC President John Coates today addressed the media a little bit earlier in London, and here's what he had to say about some of our sports.
Try to point the finger at our athletes in terms of attitude. I can't do that. And I leave a question mark on whether the attitude and the ownership is as good as it could be in the management of some of the sports.
Greggy, just between you and me, quietly looking forward to seeing the Spice Girls as well. Was a big fan once upon a time.
You're kidding. That's embarrassing. Thank you, Luke.
Just between you and me, though.
Malcolm
Just between
Page
you and me.
has just carried the Australian flag into the Olympic Stadium. So a big thrill for our dual Olympic medalists, of course, doing sailing proud at these games for Australia. Look.